All right, we are back for another second channel paramotoring adventure. Thank you guys so much for the positive feedback on the last one. What are we doing today? We're at the same location, same park. As I explained in the last video, one of our primary sites at this point. The wind, if you can hear it or see it on my hair at all, it's blowing pretty good today. So I'm not really expecting to be up for too long. I'm just gonna cruise around for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, and we'll see what happens. I've got the Maverick Mobile here, and I actually, I really need to detail her real nice and good, clean everything up. The exhaust has got a little bit of salt from the roads. I need to take care of that, and I need to do like a good maintenance day. And I actually just realized that the head is leaking a little bit. So I put a little extra torque on all four nuts on the head, and no surprise, they moved quite a bit. So she should be good. Belt tension seems legit. You always want to punch your exhaust here, because if that joint freezes, then your exhaust can crack. So that's good. I checked the spark plug. She's tight. The airbox is still on there. I got the free ride in the background. Plan for this flight? I don't know. Since it's kind of windy, I was actually thinking of flying a couple miles over that way. There's an airport, and maybe just doing some touch and goes over there. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm gonna put these Samsung buds in. If you're a paramotor pilot, I highly recommend listening to music while you fly. When I first did it, I was sketched out because like it takes away a little bit of feeling and sound that the engine's still running. So I was scared that like my engine would die and I wouldn't know it, but as long as you don't turn the volume out too high, that's no big deal. Aside from that, we're just gonna go fly and see what happens. As always, Risky Biscuits Co. Do you believe I've worn this hoodie, this beautiful pink hoodie, a couple times, and several people have called me gay? Like, it's 2022. Can a man not wear pink? I think it's amazing. With that, let's get in the air. Spotify, what do we want to listen to? I'm just going to put on my liked songs. The song is A Woman is a God, Bia remix. We're playing electronic radio. It's like a dance party in the sky. I have to take my own advice and turn it down a little bit, because I cannot concentrate and focus on a train of thought while I'm listening to raunchy electronic music. I have a hard enough time multitasking already. Okay, truck is locked. Keys are in my pocket. Motor's primed. Oh god, that's disgusting. Just wipe it on the tailgate. Okay, real time. Let's see how many tugs she takes to fire up. Whoa, 1, 2. Not bad for a leaky head. The wind is like right in between forward and reverse. It's like on a gust, it's good for a reverse, and then it's a lull, and it's a forward. But even when like the winds are kind of calm, I like trying to pull off a reverse, because it's fun. You just have to run backwards and turn and run sideways and then run forwards, all in one swift movement. Check our surroundings. No one in the parking lot. Ah, nice bit of wind. Nice and saucy. Alright, short cross-country mission to the local airport. I can see it already. It's like right there. Hello, friendly disc golfers. I think that's what they're doing. This is a disc golf field. If they were doing anything else back here, it would be a little bit questionable. Okay, winds aloft are definitely strong, and I'm directly into a headwind right here. So let's go down into this field. We'll skirt on over to the airport. My helmet's a little loose. It's sliding off as I go through a wing over. I think my my chin strap is loose because I've been wearing a balaclava. And today it's an outrageous 48 degrees, which is feeling like springtime because the majority of my previous flights have been in 20 degrees.
I actually had my motorcycle out a couple hours prior to filming this, which was amazing. It's been months since I've ridden. I do think, like, I definitely get some level of seasonal depression every winter, and every winter I hate winter more. But it was very nice to get the motorcycle out today, and even better to be able to get a paramotor flight in too. It's this time of year, well, coming into spring, I guess, that I just get so stoked. Like, everything starts to get a little bit warmer, and all that seasonal depression goes away. I mean, so many of the activities I like to do are like outdoors things that are best suited for like not frigid weather. And people always ask, and I've asked myself for like the past freaking 5 years, why don't I move somewhere warmer? And every year I feel like I get a little bit closer to accepting that maybe that's a good idea. Back when we were doing the whole van life thing, I had like the opportunity to live in a lot of different places, and I always thought that Salt Lake was like a cool place to live, and then we spent some time there, and I just couldn't envision it. I considered Florida for a little bit. Obviously gets aviators down there, but same sort of thing. Like, for me, I gotta feel 110% about something major like that. Like, I'm not a very spontaneous person, and I've never felt like 110% about moving somewhere else. But where I'm at now is, if I were to move somewhere, I think I'd move to like the general Phoenix area, because I've spent a lot of time there on travels, and it's a nice spot. I mean, it's hot in the summer, but there's a lot of base jumping opportunities there. There's a lot of paramotoring opportunities, and it's located in an area where you can travel a couple hours and get to a bunch of different, like very different locations. Like, you can go to Moab, you can go out to the California coast, Salton Sea, all kinds of places. Even like the drive up from Phoenix to Twin Falls, I want to say is something like 8 hours or maybe 10 hours. Like, it's not bad. And to be able to move around like that, I feel like that's just a lot of opportunity. Would you look at that? We made it to the airport, straight into the headwind. Let's do a touch and go over in the landing area. There's an airplane on final, so I'm not going to freak him out. Maybe I'll actually just kite my wing and let him come in for a landing. If there's enough wind to kite. He's on short final. See if I can keep it up. I feel like no, there's not quite enough wind. Mr. Airplane! My vision's blurry. Like, the idle of this motor is just the right RPM that it's shaking me. Maybe that means it really does need some maintenance. There he is. Wow, that is a beautiful landing. Look at that. He's still got the nose wheel up. Hell yeah. He was like, I bet the stall horn was full bark in that thing. And here I am with my sloppy ass takeoff. Oh, what? People on ATVs. Hello, fellas. Well, that was cool. There's the airport. We'll leave the vicinity. Here's a topic that I might actually make into a bigger video for the main channel, but it's happening like right now, so I'll talk about it on the second channel first. Fly-ins and people getting hurt. Right now, like last week was the Salton Sea fly-in, and next week there's like the Arizona Flying Circus fly-in. And every year it seems that someone gets really badly injured. Or, unfortunately, sometimes there are fatalities. A lot of my friends went out to Salton Sea, and I've been here in New Jersey kind of bumming out, like, I want to be out traveling. You know, screw that place. We're not going over there. We're just going to, like, buzz around this way. I don't know where we're going. Yeah, I've been kind of, like, bumming out because it's cold and I want to be traveling, but I can't right now. But anyway, I was worried for, like, all my friends because literally, like, a lot of people I know are out there. I told them all to be safe, watch out for other crazy pilots and all that stuff. And Salton Sea ended, and I got a progress report that it sounded like everything went well. You know, there were no bad crashes. But the other day, I heard it was either 2 accidents or 1 accident that involved 2 people. I'm not sure. I really don't know the details at this point. But I heard one was really bad. And, I mean, all I can really do is send my thoughts and good vibes to these people that were in the accident, but honestly, like, I haven't heard anything other than one person was medevaced, which implies that it was pretty bad. But, you know, there's been quite a few accidents recently. If you guys know freaking Travis Pastrana, a legendary guy, he just did a base jump for some promotional thing and freaking hooked himself right into the ground under his base jumping canopy, and he busted himself up pretty good. I think he did, like, his pelvis and femur, back, a couple things, like, bad injuries, and he's on the mend. He's doing all right, but it's just this, like, I don't know. If it can happen to Travis Pastrana, obviously it can happen to any of us. And it sucks to hear when people get seriously injured doing this sport of paramotoring. And I was thinking about the other day, like, paramotoring, I always look at it as like 50% aviation and 50% extreme sport. Airplane's taking off, climbing out. You can see him, he's probably just doing the pattern over there. There's someone else way out on the horizon. But anyway, I don't know. I was just thinking, I think it's important to remember that this sport of paramotoring, like, it is really statistically safe. However, it's one of those things that can be unforgiving, and it is somewhat of an extreme sport, and it can go wrong pretty quickly, and the results can be catastrophic. So obviously, I always try to treat it with respect and keep that in the back of my mind. Because it's scary. It's scary how that stuff can happen. But I'm just going in some circles here descending. Hopefully I'm not making anyone dizzy. Because I saw there's this abandoned house back here. It looks dope. There's all these nice houses. And then that one over to the left looks like a cabin. We'll see how trashy the air gets down here. But I do want to check this out because it looks interesting. Would you look at that? That looks like it could be a rad little spot that was fixed up. Nice little pond in the front yard. It's got one of those pieces of paper taped to the front window. Like, I don't know, when places are vacant, I feel like they always have some sort of random thing from the county or something taped to the door. It appears as though the flag at the park is dead, which means it's coming down at the ground. But obviously, it's still cooking along up here. Come over these power lines, we'll do a little zigzag. Someone out here, do they have a dog? If that's a dog, that's a small dog. Swoop her in. Nice and saucy. In the last video, I flew under those high tension lines, and I even titled the video "Flying Under High Voltage Power Lines" or something. And normally, I've found over the years of posting videos that if you highlight a significant part of the video that may be sketchy in the title and the thumbnail, people obviously focus on that one part so much more than anything else. Whereas if you were to title it something completely different, they would kind of miss that part of the video and not give you shit about it in the comments. However, I didn't get much shit for flying under those power lines. I was expecting people to be really freaking out about it, but I mean, it's not the first time I've shown that on YouTube. It's a thing. Just gotta be careful. Don't get zapped. I think I'm gonna come in for a landing. Kill the motor. Stow the throttle. You know the drill. So I'm gonna shoot my landing the same way I took off, which is like perpendicular to the parking lot, which means I have to be careful not to overshoot or I'll end up in the gravel and it'll be awkward. Trimmed out on the old free ride mobile. My buddy Josh, who just came back from Salton Sea, he said he got to fly an ITV Piper, which is a wing that I've been wanting to test out for a minute now, and he said he really liked it. And he said he liked it enough that he's ordering one. So I'm hoping sometime soon I can try out one of those. I'm gonna come this way. This way. Definitely not overshooting. Yeet. Not too shabby. What a beautiful day. It's almost feeling spring-like. Parked it.
All right, I am packed up and heading home. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me yet again. I saw some comments on the last video saying that the video was not uncut, and I know I called the channel Uncut initially because I thought I was just gonna post old content. But the thing is, when I film new content, to film it uncut and have like a long stream of thought for like 30 minutes or an hour is actually really hard. And I think it's actually more entertaining to just go out and blab about anything and then chop it up somewhat. You get the point. Long story short, I'm going home. I don't know what the rest of the day is going to entail, but I may as well bring you guys along for the adventure on my handy little GoPro. So stick around. We'll see where the adventure takes us. Amazon truck! This is a sketchy spot to park your Amazon truck. Right on the turn. Here we are. This is second channel content. Stuck behind an Amazon truck.
So the gas station is on the corner of the airport. And
so I hacked into a Aviator live stream event. Pretty sure I'm muted. This is, what is today? Wednesday night shenanigans.
And when they got out and looked at
chatting with old students.
all four belts had shredded, and he would not have had enough.
All right, we switched over to phone cam. I tuned into that Aviator live stream, which was a spontaneous private thing for like previous students, alumni or whatever. And I've spontaneously decided that I want to see the New York skyline tonight. There's a spot that I scoped out on Google Maps that looks like it has a good overlook of the city. I want to take some photos out there, and there's an Insomnia Cookies open till 1 a.m. So it's freaking Wednesday night. Why not? All right, so here we are, stop number 1. I'm technically not supposed to be here, but the cops already showed up, turned around and left, didn't even say anything. But look at this view. So there's the city. Just getting some pictures. Apparently the cops didn't really care, so I'm gonna take a couple more pictures, and I don't think I should push my luck much more, but then we'll get out of here. If you've never had Insomnia Cookies, I would highly, highly recommend it. It smells wonderful. in the Lincoln Tunnel and the sound is tremendous. Okay, it's 1 a.m. I just made it back home from the adventure. Till the next adventure, thanks for watching the second channel content. Stay tuned for more. Drop some comments, suggestions, adventures, things you want to see on here in the comments. Appreciate you guys. Till the next episode. Peace.